flowers, summertime on there. So the artist, so every week there was a different artist. There was people who came and we sort of told them what to do each time, like autumn, pouring life, pouring.
It is beautiful because you somehow mentioned how this seed was planted on you, and now you're helping to plant these seeds in other people's projects through Trees for Hope, and also how you mentioned healing the landscape and how it goes together with societies, right? And you were also saying how you heal yourself before healing anything else, healing the environment, healing the planet. I'd like to hear about that process of what is soul alchemy for you, what it means, and what is soil alchemy.
Right.
You could share about that.
Okay. So I can talk about so we have in parallel with our training programs, and so what I spoke about earlier is about raising champions who then will go back to their own localities. Now in parallel with this program there's another program, we call them soil soul social alchemy, and so these are kind of hives. We look at them like small beehives. So we're making a small society of 5-6 people. So we have the first hive. So we've been coming together for the first hive for the last nearly 2 years now, actually, since the lockdown, so 2020. And we have some, say, commitments. So one of them is soil. The first one is soil. So we then say, let's make soil wherever we are, because soil really is the basis of life, right? So so I've been sort of making videos, and there's a lot, of course, on the internet in English language, but I've made these in Farsi language to teach people how to make soil, how to make compost. So little by little, the teaching material, the how-to, we've been creating content so people know how to make soil. Because it's a bit of art to it. It's a bit like making a cake, like you have to put the right things, right proportions, and so that an alchemy happens in the soil, and then your trash becomes rich soil and nutrients available for the plants, to take up, and then life can really access and grow there. So that's the soil. I think a similar, well, soul is vast. I mean, soul is, we each are imbued with soul, but we also need transformation, because if we don't get rid of our things, excess things, life is continually is about renewal, but if we get stuck, we want to keep this thing, or maybe we get wounded and get stuck in the wound. We don't move, so there is a process as well for alchemizing our soul. And I feel like, soul, we're here to create, we're here to express. So the commitment actually for soul alchemy is actually a commitment to our hands, is a commitment to create. So I mean, personally, I'm a visual artist, so I'm fortunate to have, or I create the condition around me where I make things. So I've made these, I make hats, I make glass, I cook, whatever. We all cook. So it's more than, it's becoming more appreciative and loving, and using our hands in a loving way, let's say, that's that's so simple. It's a bit like making soil. Soil is simple once you know how to put things right together so that life sprouts, life, so that here I am. And same is when we use our hands in a creative way, then our soul sings, our soul is joyous, and it's reaching that stage of, yes, doesn't matter, you know, whatever happened to me. I mean, we all have trauma as a kind of initiation, and yeah, it's about relating to it in a way that can liberate us, and we don't get stuck, and then we become creative and we create beautiful things, you know, life, and we're all capable of it. And when we do, you know, there is such a joy, you know, like, yeah, I mean, I've made like these things from, I love to transform things that are not useful, or, you know, don't have a life, into useful things. So I've like, yeah, done all these things, and anyone can, and that's a call to action. So we have certain call to action for like soil alchemy. We asking people to make compost, soil in whatever capacity, you know, in our own capacity, because we eat every day. So let's do something with the leftover, you know, vegetables, or, you know, with the waste. Let's make them into soil. Everyone can. Or in big industrial level, I mean, there is really no limit. So it's, whether it's a small scale or it's a big farm scale, making soil is, yeah, we can say it's a sacred act, is an act of giving back to life. So that's this call to action. And then call to action for soul alchemy is engaging our hands, is making life beautiful in whatever capacity, you know, I in small or big scale. So it really is up to us, you know. In small ways is beautiful, why not? And then the call to action for social alchemy. So because we have a hive, we have a small society, the call to action there is to declare our dreams, because everyone comes with a life dream, with a purpose, you know, and is to know what are we doing here for the earth. Because I feel now everyone is here and has something to give back to the earth, and it's a question of exploring, what is my gift, what am I giving back to the earth, to society, to life. So we declare that, we declare our dreams, and we explore that in the hive. So the hive helps us deepen, and then we use the dragon dreaming process. So we know our dream, we declare our dream, then we sort of have a planning session, we make some plans, and then we do the action, and all that changes, you know, changes us, changes life. And then we celebrate together. So so it's a whole process that we share in a little hive that we have. So we have our first hive, and now we are breaking open into bigger hive. It's an organic process. So the first hive then will invite their friends and our circle of relations, or whoever is attracted to this, and that's the kind of process we have with the call to action. We're hoping that it's a culture. What we're creating in the hive is a culture of self-love, of acceptance, of comradeship, of cooperation, of awareness, so we're changing the way we relate to ourselves and to each other. So I'm hoping we can spread this culture.